Now, I don't know about you, but one of the things I love the most about Morrowind, and one of the things I have in particular just a lot of nostalgia and fondness for, are the dual ruins of Morrowind. Just going back in time 20 years to my 13-year-old self, the dual ruins of Morrowind were these big, mysterious, and ancient places, just full of artifacts and things to be discovered. In particular, the book The Ruins of Kamel Z, about the exploits of the Imperial Archaeologist Society, just really, sparked my imagination. And for a long time, as a kid, I wanted to become an archaeologist, largely just based on that book and the dual ruins of Morrowind. Though the closest I ever got was a minors in history at university, so, that was a dream that kind of just stayed a childhood dream, but still, the dual ruins of Morrowind just, hold a special place for that sense of wonder and discovery and mystery that they sort of embodied. And, if you're at all like me and just have a lot of nostalgia and fondness for the dual ruins of Morrowind, then today's Mod of the Day just might be for you, because today we're showcasing the Imperial Dwemer Society by Team Mythical Beasts. Composed of Lady Phoenix Pharaohs, Kira Marshaku, Tsunamix, and Nay. And this was actually a faction mod released for the 2017 Morrowind Modding Madness competition, specifically for the second themed challenge for Dwemer and Magic. And that means that this mod was actually built in only 2 weeks' time, which is just an incredibly impressive feat, but actually focusing on what this mod does, basically it adds a new guildhall and Dwemer ruin to the outskirts of Hla Oad. And this is the Imperial Dwemer Society, which has been established by the Arcane University to research the Dwemer and, their numerous secrets and mysteries. And this guildhall has just a rather unique design. It's actually just built into the mountainside and links to an excavated Dwemer ruin. And there's, of course, naturally, quite a few rooms here, including a fairly large public tavern-like area towards the front, some libraries and studies, and, of course, private quarters for the various scholars. Not to mention a fairly large Dwemer museum just towards the back. And, as previously stated, this is a faction mod, so, that means there's new quests and activities for you to do here. And starting out with the Imperial Dwemer Society, you'll just, you'll be helping out with some research for the various scholars here. So that means going through and finding Dwemer artifacts, gathering Dwemer schematics, and trying to figure out what a ton of these mysterious Dwemer machines actually do. This is actually just a fairly, massive and expansive mod that adds quite a bit. It adds tons of new Dwemer items and artifacts for you to uncover. Not to mention, it also just lightly touches upon some Dwemer ruins, just, new items, and just adding some new content with some light expansions, and just, a little bit of overhauling of some of the vanilla Dwemer ruins. But in addition to that, there's also just entirely new Dwemer locations for you to uncover, including a fairly large underground Dwemer ruin, that has just an amazing-looking, verticality-inducing design, just offering you just another new environment to fight through and explore, and potentially just uncover some new artifacts. And speaking of, this actually brings me to just another new addition from the Imperial Dwemer Society, a teleportation network that you can just, kind of fix and put back together, finding Dwemer power cells and linking them back up to their, associated teleportation platform, linking them to the Imperial Dwemer Society. And outside of, teleportation networks and, new Dwemer ruins, in addition, any Dwemer artifacts that you discover, you can bring back to the Dwemer Museum and put on display. You know, kind of just role-playing an archaeologist. You know, that belongs in a museum. And now you can just bring back all those Dwemer artifacts and, you know, put them on display, you know, here in the museum, including just everyday items, armor, weapons, even parts of Centurions, and schematics, and, you know, everything else. You can just, you know, gradually fill in the museum here with Dwemer artifacts. This is an incredibly just fleshed out mod that adds a ton of new content, and, you know, just kind of brings back that nostalgia of, you know, exploring a Dwemer ruin and, you know, making new discoveries. But anyway, you know, that's just our mod of the day. So, as always, I've been your host, Dark Elf Guy. Thanks for watching. Stay safe, stay healthy, happy modding, and I'll see you all next time.